According to new polling by Public Policy Polling, more than 2/3 of Iowa Republican voters think that Barack Obama is, quote, waging a war on Christianity. Oh, for fuck's sake. All right. Let's drill down into some of these numbers first. All right. Now, according to this poll, 69% said that they agreed with Donald Trump's complaint that President Obama is waging a war on Christianity. As we know, Donald Trump has said the same thing. A lot of the Republican candidates have said the same thing. Mike Huckabee, Donald Trump, coming out and saying, oh, Obama hates Christianity. It's a war on Christianity. War on Christianity. Okay. Now, they say that, and in response, I want to ask how? How is President Obama waging a war against one specific religion? Christianity. It's not as if he's sending drone strikes to different areas where Christians are holding funerals or weddings and bombing them. It's not as if he's continued wars with predominantly Christian countries around the world. No. You're thinking Islam, not Christianity. What is Obama doing to fight against Christianity? How is he fighting a war against Christianity? Is he banning Christians from office? Well, I don't think so. There should be no litmus test for public office. At least we on the left seem to understand that, while some of those on the right don't seem to understand that very well. Dr. Ben Carson. Everyone seems to be able to spout that war on Christianity, war on Christmas line, but can't really point to a single policy that would actually take away somebody's right to practice and believe in Christianity. The simple fact is that nobody's trying to ban or get rid of Christianity or marginalize Christianity in America. This is not true. 70% of Americans are Christians. Doing so would be a pretty hard sell to the majority. As an atheist, I don't want to ban religion. I'm against religion. I'm against organized religion. I'm against Christianity. I'm against Islam. I think they're wrong. Doesn't mean I want to ban them. Doesn't mean I want to stop people from believing. And neither does President Obama. My stance is on religion that as long as practicing your religion doesn't actually infringe upon the rights of anyone else, have at it. Practice your religion. Believe whatever the hell you want. Because in America, that's freedom. It's called freedom. Freedom of religion. It's First Amendment. As long as it doesn't deprive anyone else of their civil liberties. Now, in the case of Kim Davis, her practicing her religion at work and denying people marriage licenses based on their sexual orientation, that does infringe on civil liberties. And so I'm against that. But if she were to quit or she were to practice that at home, I would have no problem. Your religion should be a personal thing. You shouldn't be bringing it to work, especially or especially into the government. That's not where it belongs. It belongs in the church. There should be a separation of church and state. That's the way it was meant to be. Now, unfortunately, this same poll shows that 30% of Iowa Republican voters don't believe in the First Amendment. They don't believe in freedom of religion. They don't believe in the Constitution. Let me show you why. They believe, in this poll, they were asked about Islam and whether or not it should be illegal. 30% of Iowa Republicans say Islam should be illegal in the United States. Punishable by law. If you're practicing Islam in any capacity, you are breaking the law. You should be punished. Really? So this is where we're at. We are calling for a specific minority religion in the United States. Remember, America is 70% Christian. Majority Christian. There are not very many Muslims in America. And yet here is the Christian majority saying, we want to ban Islam. Ban it. Make the religion illegal. Now, if you want to make certain tenets of Sharia law illegal, okay, because it fundamentally infringes on the rights of other people. That's fine. You want to say, oh yeah, you a Muslim person, you can't kill gay people for being gay. Completely reasonable. But banning the entire religion, you've got to be mental. You can't do that in America. That is against fundamental freedom of religion, religious liberty. It's ironic that those who scream religious liberty, 30% of them, at least in Iowa, don't believe in it when it comes to other people. I thought we lived in America, man. Apparently, religious liberty only applies to Christians. That's a lot of hypocrisy right there. It's almost too much. Now, as I said, these same people complain about countries with Sharia law, which, once again, I completely disagree with the tenets of Islam. Completely disagree. I don't like the idea of Sharia law. I don't like the idea of any religious law. However, these people want to institute their own version of Sharia law. Christian Sharia law. They want to do the same thing here. And once again, they don't understand the irony. And they don't even notice their hypocrisy on this issue. It really is amazing. It all comes down to projection. What they want to do is they want to install their religion, which is also, by the way, Ben Carson says, well, the tenets of Islam are, they go against the fundamentals of the Constitution. Well, so do the fundamentals of Christianity. That is also goes against the Constitution. It goes against the ideas of individual rights, religious liberty. Once again, that's ironic. Remember, slavery was okay in the Bible. God didn't say slavery was wrong. God had rules in dealing with your slaves. In fact, I forget the exact passage where it said the slaves, don't worry, you're doing God's work. So you should be happy that you're a slave as long as you're doing God's work and believing God. God's cool with slavery. Kind of against the fundamental rights of America, don't you think? Not only that, but there's incest, rape, etc., 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 right? Look, what it comes down to it is that it's not about which religion is more moral to these people. Both Islam and Christianity, both incredibly immoral. Look at some of the stuff in both books. You can only come to the conclusion when you actually look at it rationally and stop and don't cherry pick, right? You look at some of the stuff that's in both the books. They're both deeply immoral. Deeply. It's not about morality. No, it's about competition. Competition. And for 30% of evangelical Christians in Iowa and many more across America, well, they want to make sure, through law, through the power of the state, they want to make sure that they can wipe out their competition.